sure that we know what could be coming in the future. So today we're going to be taking a look at the year of 2024 in AI. Everybody knows just how crazy the year 2023 was, and as we wrap it up, we really do need to look forward with what we could potentially be seeing in the future. Now, as someone that has been in the AI space and as someone that has been looking widely at all of the trends and following closely what we're going to be seeing in AI, I think it's important to make sure that we know what could be coming in the future and how we can best adapt so that we aren't caught off guard by any new AI technologies or trends. But as always, predictions are only predictions, and these companies could come out with some crazy technologies and major breakthroughs that, just like before, we didn't expect. So let's get straight into this. So one of the first things I think that we're going to see is the rise of AI influencers and verification techniques. So this is a Spanish influencer created entirely by AI that generates its modeling agency £9,000 a month with 200,000 followers. Now, I don't think that this in and of itself is actually an issue. I think if people want to create AI influencers and these kind of, I guess you could say, kind of cartoon characters or figures on social media, it could just be a way that technology is developing. This, for me, isn't really an issue. I just find that this is an interesting way for people to market stuff. What is going to be an issue, though, is the rise of fake influencers in terms of what I'm about to show you in a couple of other slides. But I do think that this is going to be something that is far more popular than we think, which means that in the future, not only are there going to be influencers, AI influencers that are going to be trying to earn money, but I do think that we are going to be seeing something where a large majority of the internet isn't going to be real. I mean, for example, if I did see this person on the internet, I would assume that if they had 200,000 followers, that they are real. So because of the rise of AI influencers, where you have people that have around 200,000 followers and, it isn't disclosed, I do believe that this is going to fundamentally change the internet. So right now on Instagram, on Twitter, and on YouTube, you could be an AI influencer and you don't need to disclose absolutely anything at all. There's no legal requirements. There's no, European laws that say you do. There's no digital laws. Nothing says that you need to disclose this information. But I do think that in the future, this is going to change, which essentially means that for a lot of services that you do want to use, you're going to need to have many additional steps in order to verify your account. So for example, YouTube actually is talking about disclosure requirements and new content labels. So they said, we believe it's in everyone's interest to maintain a healthy ecosystem of information on YouTube. We have long-standing policies that prohibit technically manipulated content that misleads viewers and may pose a serious risk of egregious harm. However, AI's powerful new forms of storytelling can also be used to generate content that has the potential to mislead viewers, particularly if they're unaware that the video has been altered or is synthetically generated. To address this concern, over the coming months, we'll introduce updates that inform viewers when the content they're seeing is synthetic, which is really, really good because you won't know if the content is synthetic. A lot of the videos that you're watching, sometimes the voice is AI, and only when the AI messes up is when you're able to tell that it's synthetic. I mean, it says specifically, we'll require creators to disclose when they've created altered or synthetic content that is realistic, including AI tools. And when creators upload content, we'll now have options for them to select and indicate that includes realistic, altered, or synthetic material. For example, this could be an AI-generated video that realistically depicts an event that never happened, or content showing someone or saying something that they didn't do. So this is really, really important because now if you go to Twitter, if you go to Instagram, remember that AI image of the Pope? There were so many things floating around on Instagram that we didn't know if it was real or if it was fake. And this is a real problem because for the average person who's not in the media spotlight like you and me, we don't have an issue because our faces aren't plastered across and we aren't, in the spotlight. But for people who are famous, they continually get altered. Their likenesses are used in these AI systems, and it's a real issue when these things are happening. Now, you might be thinking, okay, they're famous. They should have signed up for that. That's what they signed up for. That's their life. But think about this, okay? So imagine you're a normal person, you've got a small account, and then someone, starts to use that technology to make you, do something that you haven't done and make you say things that you haven't said. So this is why I'm saying that the technology isn't just affecting famous people where their faces have been trained by websites like Midjourney. This is going to affect a lot of regular people, and this is going to be a real issue, okay? This is a new AI video-driven avatar animation, and you can see just how realistic this looks, okay? And the problem is, remember, the technology is only getting better. And the next slide that I'm about to show you is going to show you just how crazy this is. Now, I know people haven't talked about this. This was supposed to be included in the video. I'm not sure if I uploaded the video yet, but take a look at this, okay? So we have here AI influencers and verification. So this is a project which essentially you just need a single image and a driving pose, and you can essentially make someone dance. You can make them do pretty much anything. So this is why I say that in the future, verification is going to be extremely important, because imagine someone takes an image of you, they use a driving pose, and then they essentially get that person to do anything. So I think that that is going to be a major issue. You can literally see, like, look at the start of this clip, okay? I'm gonna show you guys the start of this clip, okay? You can see that you're rotating the character and they can pretty much do anything. Like, that is absolutely incredible. Like, imagine seeing a picture of yourself being rotated and then manipulated to be doing some crazy stuff. That would freak you out. It definitely freaks me out, but this is why I say in the future, I'm pretty sure all of these platforms are going to update their guidelines so that influencers and verification is something that is really important. Now, on the topic of scams and verification, we do need to talk about real-time text-to-speech. So what the problem is with current text-to-speech is that a lot of the times it is limited in terms of how it sounds and how fast it is, but these systems are getting faster, the APIs are getting better, and the latency is getting shorter and shorter. So what we're about to see /here is going to be PlayHT's Turbo, which is the fastest generative AI text-to-speech API, which essentially means that, you know, if someone back-engineered this or if other systems are even close to this, we could have real-time scams just being absolutely crazy. So you're about to see that this is absolutely insane. So I'm going to get you guys to listen to it, but don't listen to how the quality of the voice sounds. Although it's good, what you need to listen to is, of course, the latency in which it is played. And the latency essentially just means how fast it responds to your message. So let's take a listen to this.
Hello world. Hi, how are you? Hi there. I'm calling in regards to the purchase you made last week. Hello, Play Support speaking. Please hold on a sec. Let me just pull up your details real quick. Can you tell me your account email or your phone number?
So what you just heard there just goes to show you how crazy this is. We got like 100 milliseconds response time in a simple message. So if you combine that with a model that's able to immediately read your message and able to just be completely trained on thousands of persuasive scams in order to convince someone, that's also trained on a voice of one of your relatives, that could be a serious issue. And the problem is, remember, you only need a couple of seconds of someone's voice in order to train a model that is exactly like yours. Software like 11 Labs can literally take 3 seconds of someone's voice and make them say absolutely anything. Now, it's not always effective, but the times where it is effective is really incredible. So with that being said, this is going to be a real issue in the future, and I'm not sure how we're going to combat this just yet. So this is a real issue, and it's happened many times. Now, once again, this is another thing that we also need to talk about, because Google did this in 2017, and I brought this up many times before, but once again, I'm going to show you that scams are going to get supercharged, okay? Long gone are going to be the days where you receive a fishy email. These scammers are going to be using AI technologies, and it's going to be there really convincingly, which is a huge problem, because usually you think, okay, that's a dodgy email. But if you have a relative that messages you, or, you know, is talking to you in real time on the phone and is saying you need to do this, you need to do that, how are you going to verify that? Maybe you're going to have some kind of secret code, some secret code word to be like, okay, this is our new code word. That's something that could work. But take a look at this, okay, because this was something that Google sat on for quite some time, and they haven't really brought any updates. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's someone somewhere working on this kind of technology.
So let's go back to this example. Let's say you want to ask Google to make you a haircut appointment on Tuesday between 10 and noon. What happens is the Google Assistant makes the calls seamlessly in the background for you. So what